Let me talk to you about how to ship planes, and I want to give you a few tips and hacks for mailing live planes this year. So here are the facts I want you to pay attention to. When you think about selling planes online, you're speaking about a multi-billion dollar industry. Okay, this is not we're not speaking about hundreds of millions. We are speaking about billions of dollars. Okay, if you sell planes online, you'll need a reliable way to mail them to your customers. That's for sure. So in today's conversation, what I want to do here is that I want to teach you how to package and ship your planes so they arrive alive. That's what you want. You want them to arrive alive. So if you sell planes online, you're not alone. It's a burgeoning industry that's worth close to 250 to 300 billion dollars in the U.S. alone. Okay, and I'm speaking here about D2C, so direct to consumer. Okay, but shipping live planes is a bit more complicated than sending, let's say, a postcard. That's for sure. You need to ship planes safely and efficiently to ensure your business and planes thrive. So, here are the steps I want you to pay attention to. First of all, you need to water the planes. I mean, that's logical, but it still makes sense that I really reiterate it. For most live planes, water them thoroughly a day or two before shipping. The roots should be hydrated but not waterlogged. Okay, certain plants like circulates, for instance, don't need much water and should be packed in semi-dry soil. However, I want you to avoid watering immediately before shipping potted plants to prevent actually excess moisture in the packaging, which can really lead, as you can imagine, to mold or root rot during transit. And you do not want to have root rot during transit. If the plant is on the wetter side, packing polymer moisture crystals can really absorb excess water and actually stave off rot. Okay, if you anticipate a long shipping journey, let's say 4 days or longer, the planes run the risk of drying out. So a corrugated cardboard box can help retain some moisture, soaking the planes. And when sending several small planes in one shipment, try partitioned corrugated boxes. And you can also slowly release moisture into the package by lightly misting leaves or using moisture retaining packing materials like damp paper, towels, or hydrogel crystals. So that's really good to really think about it that way. If you want to ship live plants, you want to prune the plants. Prune the plants, so trim any dead or damaged leaves, plant stems, or branches to promote healthy growth and reduce the risk of damage during shipping. That's what you want, right? You want to have health during shipping. Cut flowers or buds likely to wilt or break during transit. It's all about looking at the risk metrics that can really occur during transit, because it's all about what happens during transit. Okay, so that's the number two. Number two, you want to prune the plants. Number three, you want to inspect for pests and diseases. When we're speaking about live plants, we're speaking about you inviting other live beings, including pests, unfortunately, and bacteria. Okay, so carefully check the plants for signs of harmful pests or diseases. Treat any issues before shipping to ensure your customer receives healthy plants. Quarantine plants that show signs of infestation or plant diseases. And if disease or vermin spread across multiple plants, it can really spoil your whole shipment. And you do not want to have that scenario, because that can be costly. You can lose everything. So many countries and regions have regulations to prevent actually the spread of plant disease and vermin. Environmentally damaging invasive species have destroyed entire crops of citrus plants and treasured, let's say, deciduous plants like the American elm. So if you ship plants internationally, you may need to get a plant health certificate, also known as a phytosanitary certificate. And this official document, issued by a government authority or a plant protection organization, actually certifies that the plants that you are shipping comply with specified phytosanitary standards for exports or imports. So when you think about anything live, whether you're shipping live, quote unquote, live animals or live plants, you have to really abide by ancillary regulations, ancillary directives, And those all have to deal with health, okay? Public health. Next, I want you to really choose proper pots. So if you are going to ship live plants, you want to choose proper pots. When shipping potted plants, choose a container that won't compress the plant's roots, which need room to expand. Remember, we are shipping a live plant. We are shipping a live system, if you will. Ensure pots or containers are secure to prevent shifting or tipping during transit. You want to use plant ties or rubber bands to secure branches or stems if necessary, especially for delicate plants. The goal here is what? The goal here is to actually protect plants and ensure they survive shipping. Especially if you anticipate a long shipping process, let's say 4 days or more, then you want to really think proactively here. You also want to really so now packing plants for shipping. You want to ensure the plant is ready. Wrap the plant in the right materials. Securely package the plant. That's important. And you want to label your package. So whether you're shipping plants internationally or just across your state, pack plants carefully to ensure they arrive at their destination in good condition. Let me give you a few steps to consider that both bare root plants and potted plants can actually survive. First thing first, you want to ensure the plant is ready because it's all about readiness. Sometimes, if you want the plant to survive, it has to be ready at the onset. Okay, so what does that mean? If you are packing a bare root plant, start by removing excess soil from the roots. Trim any damaged or excessively long roots with clean and sharp pruning shears. Water potted house plants thoroughly a day or two before shipping. The soil should be moist but not waterlogged and shouldn't exceed the pot's rim. Next, you want to wrap the plant in the right materials. Very important. Shipping and packing materials are really quite essential. So wrap plants with bare roots in a damp paper towel or a damp peat moss to help retain moisture during transit. Next, what you want to do is you want to place the wrapped roots in a plastic bag to prevent them from drying out. So when you ship potted plants, there is no need to wrap the roots in wet paper towels, really. I mean, you just need to keep the plants in its spot and wrap it. You want to wrap it in bubble wrap or foam padding to protect it from impact during transit. And if the plant has delicate foliage or protruding branches, secure them gently with plant ties or soft string to prevent actually breakage. So how do you ship plants? You also want to securely package the plant. Okay, I'm still going through explaining to you how to choose proper pots. Okay, securely package the plant. So you want to wrap. What you want to do is you want to be strategic as to how you wrap the entire plant. So you want to wrap the entire plant in several layers of bubble wrap, newspaper, or tissue paper to provide actually cushioning and protect delicate parts. It's all about paying attention to those delicate parts so that the plant overall can survive the shipping process. You want to place the wrapped plant in a sturdy cardboard shipping box, ensuring that it really fits snugly to prevent shifting during transit. You want to use a cable ties or similar fasteners to secure plants and prevent them from shifting or tipping inside the packaging. You want to fill any empty spaces in the box with additional packing material, such as shredded tissue paper, packing paper, or packing peanuts to provide extra cushioning. You want to seal the box with strong packing tape to prevent moisture loss and damage during transit. You also want to label your package. This is important for authorities, but also for the carriers. Okay, so clearly label the package as containing live plants and indicate which end is up to encourage proper handling of the plant inside. Again, it's not just about giving authorities like customs officers and other authorities information, but also the delivery companies. Include any special instructions for unpacking or caring for the plant upon arrival. This bears special importance when the plant is really a gift, because you do not want to really deliver like a dead, quote unquote, dead plant if the person if the recipient, sorry about that, if the recipient is expecting a live plant. And some recipients won't know how to care for live plants, which can lead to a sad ending for this green gift. Insert simple watering, fertilizing, and room placement instructions to extend actually the life of many indoor plants. Let me give you a few shipping hacks here. So let me give you a few tips for shipping plants. Research, you want to research carriers. You want to balance speed and cost. And you also want to choose the right shipping container. Okay. So what happens here is that when shipping plants, selecting the right carrier and shipping method is kind of crucial. It's not just about the cost. It's about the configuration that they will put the packaging, the handling. Okay. And so let me give you a few considerations here. When I speak about researching carriers, you have to really understand that in the States here, we have a lot of carriers. We have the big ones, and then we have the more regional ones, or the special ones. Okay, so depending on the nature of the plant you are shipping, depending on the expectations that the recipient has, depending on the specs that you have for the shipment, you might want to go for a national carrier such as UPS, USPS, FedEx, or DHL, or you can go for a regional carrier or even a local carrier. It really depends. Okay, you have thousands of local carriers, and you also have to think about whether you are prioritizing air shipment versus naval shipments, if I can call it that way, like maritime shipment, or by car, traveling by car, or even railroad too. So it really depends. So you want to evaluate carriers based on shipping cost, delivery speed, reliability also, okay, reliability, and ability to handle specific plants. So the three major carriers that you have in the US, UPS, FedEx, and USPS all ship live plants with some exceptions. USPS, for example, has a thorough rules, and I mean thorough rules, as to what can and cannot be shipped when it comes to plants, okay? And each offers proprietary services. For instance, USPS Priority Mail Express lets you ship smaller plants in a flat rate box, while FedEx is known for its next day air service. So you got to really see what's important to you. Again, going back to what I said, what the expectations are on the other hand, what the recipients is expecting, okay? Because it's really all about expectations. So it's not just about cost. I want to insist on that. It's more about the expectations on the during this transaction, if you will. So thinking about expectations, I want you to really balance speed and cost. Okay, so if you want to really ship live plants, you want to balance speed and cost, and you want to also choose the right shipping container. Because see, the thing is that those carriers, they're not going to provide a container for you unless you have agreed on it. But normally they're not doing it for you. Okay, so when I speak about balancing speed and cost, most plants can only go a few days in a dark box before they start to suffer. So to transport plants safely, they need to arrive at their destination within 2 to 3 days. So you want to balance this with the need to manage cost. If you ship regularly, little variances can compound, okay? The major carriers provide a price quote and an estimated delivery date if you provide, let's say, a shipping address and as well as package dimensions. But you gotta be strategic, because otherwise they'll be charging you like crazy. Okay, you gotta be really strategic beforehand. So besides balancing speed and cost, I want you to really choose also the right shipping container. So as you prepare plants for shipping, make sure that you are packing them in the right type of container. Most plants do well in cardboard boxes. So if you are shipping more than one in a single box, use corrugated box dividers to keep them from careening into each other. And that's what you really need to prevent. You do not want your plants to careen into each other. So if you send fresh flowers or plant cuttings, try packaging them in a plastic wrap. It's one of those things where, again, the more you do it, the more experience you have. But when you start, maybe it's just better to enlist the help of a professional a professional, let's say a logistics company that's really specialized in the kind of plants you are shipping and how long you're shipping those plants to. Because if you're shipping domestically across state lines, the configuration will be different from the configuration you would have if you were shipping internationally. If you're shipping live plants internationally, then we're speaking about a whole lot of scenarios, logistical scenarios to really contemplate. So, and you got to be aware of those things beforehand. I want to talk to you a little more about shipping live plants. It's important to understand that when you are thinking about shipping live plants, you got to really understand that there is a specific scenario to contemplate when you are thinking about shipping flowers. To ship flowers, you want to securely wrap them in plastic wrap, place them in a sturdy corrugated box with shredded tissue paper for cushioning. You want to seal the box with strong packing tape and choose a reliable carrier such as USPS Priority Mail for delivery. And it's one of those things where you have to really see the kind of flower you're shipping too, because some flowers are more delicate than others, and some flowers are sturdier than others. So it really depends on the kind of flower you're shipping and how long you're shipping it for. And so what's actually the cheapest way to ship plants? Really depends. It really depends. You have a lot of players. Like I said, I've mentioned the top three, but you also have to think about DHL. DHL is they're coming big. They're coming back big in the States. They used to be big back in the days, but until they withdrew a little bit before COVID. But now they're back. Okay, so the shipping cost of a plant depends on its dimensions, the weights, and the required delivery speed. So the most economical way to ship many plants is via USPS Priority Mail, using flat rate boxes or standard packaging materials to actually minimize shipping costs. But you can also diversify your shipping options by going to USB, by going to UPS, by going to FedEx, or going to DHL, among other players. Now, can you ship planes through USPS? Yes, USPS, UPS, FedEx, they all allow you to ship planes in the United States. Now, when it comes to international shipments, maybe it's just better to inquire first with the carrier. One thing for sure, if you want to ship planes internationally, FedEx is a reliable carrier to actually consider. They're also affordable as well. Okay, again, the total cost depends on how far you want them to ship. I mean, if you're shipping to Canada, you're not getting the same price as if you're shipping to China, for instance. Okay, if you are in New York and you're shipping to Toronto, the price is going to be cheaper logically than if you are in New York shipping to Beijing, for instance. So those are things. So geography plays an important role. The kind of flowers, the kind of plants you are shipping also, and how fast you want the flowers to be delivered or the plants to be delivered. So in closure, in today's conversation, I spoke to you about how to ship plants. I gave you the facts, the steps, the shipping hacks, and now the closure. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.